are hearing about an activity which is about to take place in Gulu City Council. His Worship the Mayor is not in. I would therefore now want to ask the Minister in charge of trade to please bring to the attention of this council about the Oktoberfest that is going to take place at Kaunda Ground from 6 to 14 October 2025. It has been moving on social media that I have it in my phone as well. A new account has been opened in regard of this activity. Then when you look at the stickers, the handbags moving around, you see a logo of Gulu City Council, you see a logo of Rotary Club of Gulu City. I don't know if we have, I have one here, honorable members, I don't know if you have it, but as a representative of La Ropede Scout and also chairperson finance Gulu City Council, of which trade still falls under my committee that I head as the chairperson. Madam Speaker, I don't know anything about Oktoberfest. I don't know if the executive have sat and discussed anything about Oktoberfest, and it has not yet also been brought to council. I would therefore want to know, because if you see the account which has been opened regarding this activity, you only see the signatories to the account is His Worship Alfred Ukwa, the city mayor, together with his personal lawyer, Mr. Ladkanso Ladwa. I have a copy of it that someone shared with me. Of course, I know in council we are not supposed to debate on rumors. Whatever I am speaking in this floor of council, it is not rumors, Madam Speaker, because we have the evidence. So I therefore want, through you, Madam Speaker, to ask the Minister in charge of trade, who is none other than Honorable Tumakech Richard Okedayot, who is in this August House, to give us more about the Oktoberfest activity that is going to take place in Gulu City Council. Because we want to know if Gulu Council is part of this festival. Thank you so much, Madam Speaker.
Thank you very much, Madam Speaker. I am up to second the matter of inquiry raised by my colleague, Honorable Susan. Whatever happens in this city should actually be precedented by how things happened before. Madam Speaker, if you recall our past, when we had COVID-19 pandemic hitting this republic, the President of the Republic of Uganda covers all districts to ensure that transparently districts should designate committees and working groups to head their own responsibilities and manage their affairs. And if I recall, under this mango tree, there were regular sittings that brought political leaders, that brought technical leaders, religious leaders, market vendors, and all stakeholders to own processes to ensure that even development partners who are NGOs like them to give whatever they could do to the central organizing committee in a very transparent way. That was not the only precedent. Another precedent, Madam Speaker, was the recently concluded parliamentary sitting that happened in Kaunda Ground. We remember that the engagement between the national offices of Parliament and the city offices, which was particularly headed by you, Madam Speaker, your role in ensuring that all northern Uganda councils and their speakers were fairly treated because of your direct involvement on behalf of this council, because of your direct involvement with the Speaker of the Republic of Uganda. That made things flow in a very transparent, organized, and efficient manner. Even the interaction between the accounting officer, which is the city town clerk, together with the parliamentary offices, that ensure that our underground would be left in a better way than how it was found by the parliamentary system. So those two events make us a little surprised that right now as Gulu City Council, we are being invited the way SACCOs invite us as political aspirants to go and talk in a SACCO meeting. Kaunda ground is our property. Our logo, which was also inadequately discussed in this council, I remember motion moved by Honorable Nencha by then as we started. We hadn't approved one, but we already have a logo appear in the invitation letter. Allegations of finances being collected, Madam Speaker, are so great. Under the Public Finance Act, whatever revenues we collect, be it the donation, already become public funds. It surprises me that not even your office nor ours had an opportunity to sit in a planning meeting for the Oktoberfest, but our names are being traded regarding that event. We do not know how the chairperson organizing committee became so. We do not know the development partners. We do not know who is giving in and who is giving out. We do not know what will be left for Gulu City after the Oktoberfest. Madam Speaker, we are not being suspicious here, but we are trying to tread carefully. If the executive, with due respect, would give us answers, or if they plan to organize a special meeting that will answer all these questions regarding the Oktoberfest, we will be very pleased as a council. I would like to submit in alignment with the views that were shared by Honorable Ajahn Susan.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. I duly honor your list. Honorable Speaker, I am in agreement with the concern that is on the floor of council at the moment, and would therefore like to supplement that there are a number of irregularities that have come up in this same airspace during the same season, probably for the same purpose, putting into notice, Madam Speaker, that there has also been a very suspicious, anonymous, so-called Gulu City Council flag that has never been known by any councillor in this house, but came out and was all over social media, and it was a concern of the whole of Gatwini sub-region, that how could Gulu City Council come up with such a flag that looks like a flag which is for marijuana takers. It really invited a lot of insults for us as City Council. And this came also during the time when this Oktoberfest had also come up, probably to boost the Oktoberfest. Therefore, Madam Speaker, I would supplement that as we address the issue of the irregularities in the Oktoberfest, we could merge it together with the issue of the irregularity of a flag, a so-called city council flag, that also came during the same time, and we are not aware of it. It has never been approved on the floor of council. It has never been discussed. None of us is aware of it, Madam Speaker. I beg to move.
What's up? Oh, I don't know.
Thank you very much, Madam Speaker.
Maybe after next time we go to here.
Madam Speaker, I want to comment on the matter of public importance that Honorable Susan has raised. Also, perhaps procedurally propose that so that we are not discussing rumors. It would be probably good practice for us to obey members. First, the flag we are talking about. Its pictures may not necessarily be the actual flag. We have pictures of the flag that we are in the know. Secondly, I have a bank account. I think it's important for us to discuss that bank account issue with the full knowledge of how it's even described. If it's not even written Gulu City, then perhaps, if it's not written Gulu City Council, then perhaps it's not something for us to discuss. So I would also request that we be availed with the name of the bank account and probably the bank. That I think will inform our discussion so that we are not necessarily talking about things that most of the honorable members here are not, in the know. Thank you.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. Madam Speaker, as Secretary of Trade, Industries and Local Economic Development, we had several meetings in the executives regarding the Oktoberfest. And out of the many meetings that were held, we discussed a number of things, and the issues was also brought here, presented by the head of government business. We wish to request her to also say something as regards the matter. But as far as I know, we have had a number of meetings in the executive, and we have discussed those matters. It was also brought in the floor of this council, and I think she can testify. And I think between the last two of the four council meetings that took place, she can confirm that. But concerning the account that is being talked about and any other businesses that are communicated on social media that people are talking about, I am not aware. We have never had another executive meeting. We may be called for that and shall be. And another thing, I pray that there shall be a special sitting as has been already proposed. I believe so. I believe that there will be such meeting. But before that,
Honorable Richard, can you highlight for us? You said you had series of meetings. Can you highlight in those meetings what were you discussing in regards to this?
Madam Speaker.
While answering, you should also reflect what Honorable Connector said.
Madam Speaker, we have Rotary clubs. This is being headed by Council Ladua. With his team, they came and presented the concept, and they are the one taking the lead in this very activity. They came, presented it like 3 times in different meetings. So when the concepts were presented, the executive discussed, and we had a number of resolutions that were taken up by the secretary, and that is none other than the Black Council. She was with us in the meeting. But the matter itself was brought in this very council, and that is where I'm requesting you to allow the head of government business to highlight on that matter. Thank you so much.
She has availed to me a copy of the business name registration. I think it's a document of the register of business names. And what I have here as the business name is Gulu City Oktoberfest Events. That's the first thing. What I'm curious to know, Madam Speaker, is if these are the organizers of the Gulu City Oktoberfest, I think it's okay. But how did they get into the partnership with Gulu City? And so I think it's important for the minister to clarify whether this decision to partner with such organizers went through the appropriate processes and the appropriate necessary due diligence. Otherwise, we may be dealing with promoters of homosexuality, we may be dealing with terrorists. That's the first thing for me. Secondly, I received a letter of invitation from the mayor inviting, I think, the relevant stakeholders of Gulu City. And I'm curious to know in what capacity the mayor is inviting us. As a chairperson of that events company or as the mayor of Gulu City. If as the mayor of Gulu City, I would think that the organizers should have also sent an invitation to the mayor of Gulu City, and then it would be appropriate for the mayor of Gulu City to accordingly relay the invitation. And the letter should also be categorically clear that I received invitation from this group for a scheduled activity of this nature. And this is to relay to you the invitation. The event is scheduled to take place this and that. But the way the mayor has written the letter, he has written the invitation on his own capacity as the city, as the mayor of Gulu City. And I feel that is the mix that the mayor is making. Thank you. And of course, we are curious about it because it may have financial implications. I want it to be on record that we have demanded clarity on the partnership between the events company and Gulu City, and also the responsibilities, including possible liabilities. We would be happy to see a copy of the MOU that we reached, so that we know what we have committed Gulu City to. Thank you. If anything went probably through executive decision. Thank you.
This elementary game being played in the name of Gulu City Council calls for an expedite investigations and audit as well. Mayor cannot in any way use his own wisdom to use the name of Gulu City Council and his position as his worship the mayor to transact business that will benefit him and his allies, all in the name of Gulu City Council. Then the entire leadership and the technocrats are not certain of the exact thing that is happening. This is also a tantamount to abuse of office in any way, using your positions for your personal gain in the name of an institution. I think this is an expedite means with which every honorable member and members of the public must take interest is duly an activity of council. Then I would wish Mayor to have reverted this statement from the time this council demanded a report from his ultimate visits to Germany. If I recall very well, the issue of Oktoberfest came from the mayor's statement here on this floor of council that his visit is giving multitude of partnership and training of other cities in other outside world with Gulu City Council in the name of boosting and also benefiting the public. But if the benefits of training and partnership is coming in the interest of an individual person, not an institution, then we have a big problem. I remember, Madam Speaker, I interviewed this same behavior when the Mayor went to Japan. The training between Izimozano City and Gulu Municipal Council then gave birth to a multitude of programs and projects, among which supporting farmers, and upon which ambulances were brought. The rest of other things ended up in the pocket and in the hand of the mayor. This is the behavior of almost every sitting mayor taking advantage of the institution and their offices to benefit at the expense of an institution council. I think at this particular time, let us use the element of Oktoberfest masqueraded in the name of city council but to benefit individuals to teach people lessons. And when we have to talk about Oktoberfest, we believe people from across the world will come here. And in any case, council is not in the driving seat. Accidents from events, a multitude of bad things is likely to happen. Who will then take charge, Madam Speaker? Who will be held accountable and responsible? We are policy makers. We cannot just be invited just in attendance. If indeed through this activity, it is a council activity. For me, if this invite, it is a fulfillment of an individual interest, I will never be part of it as member of this council. So that it would be difficult enough for me to castigate whoever may have played a role in having this activity go on and use council for whatever reasons that they so wish. I would wish this go on record.
Credibly discussed at executive level, and I'm also assuming that there is no MOU between the events organizers and Gulu City Council. And since this is raised as a matter of public importance, for which the allotted time should be specific, because we have major issues in the agenda, I am of the opinion and of the proposal that one, Gulu City be dispensed, Gulu City Council be dispensed immediately from the engagements and activities of the organizers of the Gulu City Oktoberfest. Secondly, that no point, no public fund of Gulu City Council and or any equipment or tool or brooms of Gulu City Council be used for that purpose. This I beg to move.
Allow me begin from supplementing on the communication you made earlier in regards to the absence of His Worship the Mayor. That he rang me this morning, and I want to respectfully register his apology that they're in Munyonyi with the town clerk attending to the National Budget Conference. Having said that, Madam Speaker, allow me begin by thanking the mover of the matters of public importance, Honorable Susan. And also allow me thank all my honorable colleagues for the submissions and observations they made in regards to the subject matter of Oktoberfest. Madam Speaker, when the matters of Oktoberfest came up, I remember I reported it as an executive report to council, and council received it, but council seeked more details from His Worship the Mayor personally. Madam Speaker, briefly, however, the report, if I still remember, which I am sure is in record, was clear that the festival shall be spearheaded by the Rotary clubs alongside Gulu City Council. From the mayor himself, unfortunately to date, he hasn't gotten the opportunity to inform council. By the look of things, Madam Speaker, the arrangement of this international event is at its peak. If it is allowed, I want to stand here and second the proposal that was made by Honorable Wette, that this matter needs a special sitting for updates of council. And it's my prayer that in that special sitting, both the accounting officer, because the account opening has been mentioned, and His Worship the Mayor be present in that meeting. And it should be soon, because today we have all received the invitation letter that Honorable Onenchan has spoken about earlier on. I beg to submit.
Honorable Samuel Odu.
Madam Speaker, this is a very important matter to be looked at. I would like to second more on the emergency meeting, which will include to explain to us exactly what about the Oktoberfest. The council is completely green about the Oktoberfest. We cannot just sit and wait or just talk without knowing anything which should be happening in the Gulu City.
Okay, Council Okini, then the invitation should be withdrawn and the invitation is going to be extended to the relevant city clerks or town clerks. Those who are invited should be in the name of Mr. Okwa Alfred, or he's a member of the Rotary Club of Gulu City, we are all aware. And you heard what the head of government business has said, that this festival is being aided by the Rotary Club. So the invitation should also come from the Rotary Club of Gulu City.
And the suggestion of Honorable President are important. My interest is how do we imagine? Mr. Benton is being very clear that we should tread carefully. That the moment we allow resources for Gulu City to be used without our authority, it is very risky. And then Honorable President is trying to speak procedurally. That the mayor did give the time to lay this. So it is my considered opinion that if both resolutions would stand, that from now up to when the mayor so decides to call for a meeting and get the blessing of this council, no resources from this council should be allocated to any event unless for events authorized in the budget paper for 2025-2026 as approved by this council. In the event that the mayor needs any resources for this council to go and aid the Oktoberfest events, let him come and ask for its formal authority from those who sit. Otherwise, the underground remains open and owned by us, and Oktoberfest should write a letter to the town clerk asking for it the way NUP, FDC asked for our underground. I beg to propose an action. Thank you.
Hello, members. Thank you very much for all the contributions that you have given. I believe that the Club of Councilors taken a good report. This matter came at the wrong time, when most of us were very busy in our politics, seeking another town office in different capacities. But I think what Honorable Councilors was brought to this council is not a personal issue. When you look at how this thing started, when Mayor came, I think he mentioned something in this council. He mentioned something in this council of which all of us thought it was going to be a council activity. And I also want to draw our attention back to the local government, and we look at the roles of the executive, and I will request the head of government business to read for us.